Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another Merlin live Q&A with two of your favorites here from the Merlin team. We got Mario and myself joining us today. If this is new or if this live stream is new to you guys, what we do here, we talk about some relevant topics, we answer questions from the live chat, and of course, we show you guys some upgrades that we have for the Merlin application. Now, Mario, little did we know there would be some breaking news dropping. President Trump has just announced, and we've been covering this, guys, U.S. is going to impose a 10% on all imports tonight and a 25% tariff on all foreign automobiles. So we're seeing a lot of volatility come into these markets, and now is the time to create a plan for ourselves, Mario. But I don't want to get too ahead of ourselves. So first of all, how are you feeling? What is your reaction to some of the upgrades? And what else are we going to talk about today in regards to Merlin?
Yeah, I'm feeling good, Abs. Hello, everyone. I hope everybody's doing great. Yeah, we did have some anticipation on going live today because we did start to see the market react. And, we had a hunch that it had to do with the anticipation that we were going to get news on the tariffs today. The news are here. What's going to happen from today forward? That's the question on everybody's minds. The Loom and Gloom event is upon us. And once it's over, hopefully it's up from here. But as Ab said, and very importantly, this is the time to have your exit strategy ready. And so that's what we've done here at Merlin. For anybody that's new and just joining this live stream for the first time, and maybe you haven't heard of Merlin, Merlin is a crypto tracker, but it's not just any crypto tracker. It is the smartest way to track your crypto. And the reason why we say it's the smartest way to track your crypto is because we've incorporated something that is revolutionary that is called the exit strategy. And the exit strategy component is basically the ability for you to set up your exit strategy so that you can win in this market. And then Merlin takes that stress away from you by notifying you and keeping you accountable for those exit targets. Abs, today we're going to talk about some of the exit strategy components. We'll probably show everyone how to create an exit strategy live, just how easy it is. It's only going to take us a couple minutes. We obviously had some major updates here to this asset list, which we showcased in the last episode, but we could probably spend a little bit of time talking about that and kind of what the significance is and the differences. But yeah, like as always, Abs, let's get this started. Do you want to cover maybe some markets before we jump into a demo?
Let's do a little story time, guys, because me and Mario had a great conversation before this stream, just like Brad Kimes and I had one this morning. Brad was talking about the keys to success. And what did he say was the defining factor? Consistency. Consistency is what will determine how successful you are in this market. And there's so much uncertainty, Mario. I shared this story on air today. I had a friend who's been in this market with me for 5 years, since 2019. On a whim, because of all the fear in the crypto space, he sold 100% out of the market and into stablecoins this week. Well, he's already changed his mind. This person is already saying, I made a mistake. I'd like to re-enter the crypto market once again. And that goes to show that even the long-term crypto investors right now, they're being shaken out of the market through a lot of these uncertainty and a lot of the negative narratives that are circulating today, guys. So if you want to set yourself apart, create a plan for yourself and stick to that plan. That's what we're going to be talking about throughout today's episode. And we are obviously sponsored by Merlin. This is a Merlin live stream. If you're not using this application, what we do, we connect to a wallet, we can connect to exchange, you can manually input your data. We help you create an exit plan so you know when to sell your crypto during the crypto bull run. If you don't have a plan and you wait for arbitrary price targets, you're going to get cooked in this market, as they say, Mario. And we saw a lot of people go through that process in 2021. That's why we created the Merlin application. Don't go through those growth pains yourself. Learn from our mistakes. Take advantage of the Merlin app. 30 days completely free. And you can head on over to merlincrypto.com. You can see it at the bottom of the screen scrolling by. That's merlincrypto.com to take advantage of this for 30 days completely free. I can't make that clear enough. If you don't like the product or you don't want to continue using it, after 29 days, cancel the subscription. It costs you $0. So take advantage of it, guys. Shout out to Johnny Crypto for being the best in the business and creating this amazing product. Now, Mario, the reason that I wanted to start off with that story is because this is also someone who doesn't have a plan. And I think that when you don't have a plan and you don't have that definitive mindset about where this market is going and where you think your portfolio is going to be in a couple of years, it's very easy to sway you in one direction or the other, whether it's overly bearish in a bear market or overly bullish in a bull market. And the problem with being overly bullish during these optimistic times is you don't lock in your profit. You're waiting for higher price targets. You get a $2, $3 XRP, and maybe you want to take a little bit of profit and put it on the sidelines. But someone who's waiting for $10, they're not even going to appreciate those gains. They're going to ride them all the way up. Then they're going to ride them all the way down. So that's why we have Merlin, guys. Remember, setting arbitrary price targets, meaning you don't even know where you're selling. You just plan on kind of figuring it out as you go. That's how the majority of retail investors operate, Mario. And there's a great stat somebody ran. 78% of retail investors have no idea when they're going to sell. Think about that. 78% of crypto investors do not have a plan for themselves about when they're going to take profit, or even if XRP or Bitcoin got to $1 million and XRP is $1,000, there are people out there that still don't know if they'd be taking profit or holding forever. So even if you create a plan that puts you in the top 22%, congratulations, my friends. That's a great way to make some money. So Mario, I'm going to kick it over to you. I know I said a lot there, so maybe you can kind of center us back in once again. What we're kind of talking about here is Merlin, the reason to use the application, some of the products that this unique application provides. Number one, exit plan. Number two, track all of your crypto in one place. If you have it on Coinbase and your ledger and a separate wallet, all that can be tracked within Merlin. Number three, it's going to give you tax estimates, right? If you make $100,000 in the crypto market, $100,000 isn't what you keep. So it's important to have a realistic mindset about how much you're going to need to put to the sidelines and pay to the US government. And also, we've got this great feature where we can see all of your transactions. So if you're using Coinbase and you're saying, I don't even remember my initial buys, we're able to plug in through our API keys, bring that data onto Merlin, and help you create a better exit plan. So that's just my 2 cents, Mario. Feel free to take it wherever you'd like, and then we'll kind of roll into the features of Merlin.
Absolutely, Abs. You said a lot of very important stuff. Kind of one of the what stuck out to me is that when you don't have a plan, when you don't have a goal, you leave room for your emotions to kind of dictate where you're going to go. And the one thing that we've learned with the market, with any market, not just crypto, is that they always play with the emotions. And so what you want to do is you want to take emotions out of the equation. You want to make a plan when you're unemotional. You want to make a logical plan. And obviously, to tie it back to Merlin, you want to create an exit strategy that is logical to you. And there's many ways of creating an exit strategy. You could do it from a personal perspective. You can do it from a technical perspective. And even from a goal perspective, if you put $1,000 into the market and your goal is to take $5,000, then you can create an exit strategy that reflects exactly that. But if you don't have a strategy, right, and or a goal whatsoever, then you're leaving it open for emotions to take control. And then when emotions take control, it happens just like the story that you told. And it's happened to me. It certainly hasn't just happened to somebody that you know. It has happened to me as well in the past. And that's why I stick to my strategy. I created my strategy. I stick to my strategy. If I have a notification to sell, then I'm selling. If I don't have a notification to sell, then I'm just sitting on my hands and waiting for when I do get that notification to sell. But I think we could probably jump. And guys, this is a live Q&A. So please feel free. We are absolutely live. This is not pre-recorded. So please feel free to post any questions that you have in the live chat and we can address them live. It could be anything related to Merlin. How much does it cost? What exchanges can I connect? Anything that comes to mind about our application, feel free to ask away and we will answer it. But Abs, are you ready to jump into our demo? And probably, obviously one of the most exciting things is the exit strategy. So should we get started with an exit strategy setup?
Absolutely, guys. And I do want to encourage people, ask your questions, even if they're just general crypto questions. They're not directly related to Merlin. We'd love to engage with you guys. There's about 900 people here watching on X. Throw some questions in the chat. We'd love to incorporate them into today's episode. But Mario, let's get into some of the unique features. I did just want to point out some of the upgrades that you had made. I think that'd be a good place to start here with the search key and things of that nature. So floor is yours, then we'll continue.
Yeah, so the updates that were done to Merlin, it was from an asset list perspective. So I really like the new layout. The new layout just basically allows you to see your assets in a more organized manner, and you can customize this view. So if there are certain columns or certain attributes that you don't want to see on your list, then you can simply come here and just turn them off. Like, I'm a simplistic guy. There's a lot of stuff I really don't care to see on a daily basis. I don't want to see my daily gain. I don't want to see my dollar daily gain. I have the average cost basis turned off, but this could be on, and I think the total cost basis as well is an important metric. But the important factor to this is that you could come here and customize this to show exactly what you want to see. And so if I press apply, now I have all this data at my disposal, and I can sort it by any of these column headers that I see right here. So if I want to be able to see my assets from a total value perspective, then I just click here and I could see the lowest. Or if I click it again, then I can see from the highest down. And the same thing for total gain, percentage allocations. These are the ones that I have selected for my column. And so it just allows more customizability and allows you to stay more on track with your portfolio.
Mario, we did get a question
Yep.
here. I'd love to address it right before we jump
Good.
into our demo. This person said, I guess this is letting the emotions take over, but what if I exit on the way up and it just keeps going? I am new to Merlin. So first of all, it's a great question. Here's what you can do to prevent yourself from having that anxiety. You don't have to take a lot of profit. You just have to take some profit. And the way to frame this in your mind is that you're hedging yourself to buy more of the same asset if we go down, right? So if XRP is $2 and you take a little bit of profit, you put $1,000 on the sidelines at $2, and then we fall down to $1.50, you can now use that $1,000 to purchase back into XRP and increase your shares. And this is what some of the most profitable traders on the planet do. So that would be my response, guys. Don't let greed overcome you. You know, taking 5% off the table does not mean you're not going to be excited if prices continue to rise. You'll be more excited. So Mario, give me some of your thoughts and then we can dive into our demo.
No, I think you're spot on, Abs. And at the end of the day, it's very important that you, as an investor, realize that you don't have a crystal ball. So even though we're creating these strategies and we're creating these goals, it's most likely based on belief system. It's most likely based on research that we've done. But at the end of the day, we don't have a guarantee that it's going to happen. And actually, when you invest, there's a guarantee you're going to lose money. There's no guarantee you're going to make money. So if you're making money, that's already ahead of, like, you're already in the 1%. So take profits, you know, even if it's just a small percentage. I think that Abs put it in a really nice way, because you're exercising the action of hitting the sell button. And I know that to some people this might sound cliche, but hitting that sell button is very difficult sometimes, because you have that emotion of fear of missing out. You have that emotion that it feels like the market's going to continue to go up. And then all of a sudden you're making math and you're opening up your calculator and you're like, I just sold this much of this coin. Had I waited, I could now have this much. And you can't let yourself get into that, because at the end of the day, like I said, there's no guarantee that you're going to make money, right? There's a guarantee you're going to lose money. So if you're making money, make a decision. If it's part of your strategy, take those profits. If it's not part of your strategy, then continue to ride it and wait until it reaches your targets.
And that's a great question. So I want to give a thank you to Dreaming of Memes, guys. Shout out to you on Twitter. Thanks for asking questions. Guys, continue to ask the questions so we can engage with those. Mario, you know what's cool? I think that one of the mistakes a lot of people make in crypto is having unrealistically high expectations for some of these projects. When you use a tool like Merlin, it shows you exactly where you'd need to get to in order to make a certain amount of money. So a good example would be if somebody has a $10,000 portfolio and their goal is to make $100,000. Well, they're going to need some really high price targets for XRP to hit, especially if their dollar cost average here is about $2.20. Well, that means we're going to need a $22 XRP. Is that going to happen this cycle? The evidence tells us no. Now, I'm not going to say there's no chance. I'm just saying it's more unlikely than it is likely that we reach $22 this particular cycle. So, Mario, give me some thoughts there. We can kind of go through the exit plan and tell people how to use it to their advantage.
Yeah, let's do that. Abs, as always, I like to come to you for the question of which asset would you like to create an exit strategy for today?
AVAX.
AVAX. Let's do it. All right. So we have one already for AVAX. I'll just go ahead and delete it real quick. Perfect. All right. So I've got AVAX. Now I got the button set an exit strategy. And creating an exit strategy, I always say it this way, you only need two pieces of information. You need to know how much you're going to sell, and then you need to know the prices that you're going to sell at. Because the rest of the info, Merlin's giving it to you. You're not going to have to go and calculate your average price. You're not going to have to go and check your coins across multiple different wallets and exchanges, because Merlin is giving you that right up top here. Total coins and then average price. So then the only thing you need to decide and tell Merlin is, from your total of 30,000 coins, what percentage do I want to sell? What percentage do I want to hold? Abs, what should we do for this hold versus sell percentages?
Let's sell 60% and hold 40.
Perfect. So we do 60, and then this automatically inputs the 40. And we can see that in the brackets here, we have the number of coins that the 60% represents of a 3,000. So that's 1,800 coins. So as we move down to our next section, which is putting the exit targets, it is now only going to account for 1,800 coins. So abs, by default, we have 3 exit points. You can remove these. So if you wanted to have 2, you could just remove the extra one. If you wanted to have 1, you could remove another one. But you can also do the inverse. You can add as many exit points as you like. I'm probably going to leave it at 5 abs. What's going to be our first percentage that and the price that we want to sell at that and the price that we want to sell at?
Let's do 20% at $45.
45. Notice how when you populate this, you automatically get that calculation over on the right side. So it tells you the value that you will be extracting from the market. So once you sell that 20% off of 1,800, which is 360 coins at $45 each, that's going to be 16,200 coins. Down here, this is also going to start populating as you're filling this in. And then the other cool thing as well is that we put 20. So it tells us that we still have 80% remaining to allocate. So what's our second target, abs?
Let's go with $85.
20% as well?
20% as well.
Cool. Oh, nice. So that we're going up. So that's $3,600. Again, because it's also a 20%, that's also going to be 360 coins.
Let's do 30% at 110.
Okay. Nice.
20% at 180.
Got it.
And the remaining 10% will do 240.
Perfect. So a couple of things that we can see here. We've allocated the full 100%, and that message that we had up top here went away. If I had put 20%, this message would have changed and said, hey, look, you can't do that. It needs to be 100%. So you've actually allocated an extra 10%. You need to remove 10% from this exit. So let me change this back to 10. And now that we have all of our exit targets filled in, we have our target allocated 100%. But most importantly, I really like the data that we get down here. We now can see our target total. So once we sell the 1,800 tokens, we have $208,000 and $208,800 that we would have sold. Obviously, when we sell, we know that it's not going to be all profit. There was a cost to acquire those tokens, and then there's taxes to selling those tokens. So the one thing that we built in, we don't have full tax capabilities, but we still wanted to give our users the ability to be able to prepare for taxes. So what we've done was we've entered a way in which you can put your estimated tax bracket, and then Merlin's going to calculate your tax exposure based on that tax bracket. So on this account, we have a 30% tax bracket, and $54,540 would have been the tax exposure to selling this asset. And then we have our target return, and the target return is $181,000. The $181,000 is basically the profit. It does not account for this. It's basically what was paid to acquire the AVAX and minus subtracted from what was sold. So 208,800 minus what was the cost gives us the 181,000. From the 181,000, which is our profit, then we need to separate 54,540 so that we can do our taxes next year. Once we have this data, abs, we just press the save button, and now our exit strategy is saved and entered into Merlin. So now this is where the magic happens, no pun intended. You start to get those notifications. And what I like to do, abs, once I create an exit strategy is I go into my exchange and I start preparing all of these exit targets ahead of time. So I'll grab those 360 tokens and I'll set a limit order at $45. And then another one at $85, and then another one at $100. So I'll still get the alerts from Merlin, but I'll set those ahead of time, and then I'll keep Merlin as sort of my accountability tool and also my planning tool, because I can always come back here and adjust these numbers if I need to. Again, I probably wouldn't recommend you doing that during an emotional phase of the market. You should stick to your strategy originally, but sometimes it is a good thing that you can come on here and adjust your strategy accordingly.
I also just want to remind people, guys, you don't have to take a 60% sell strategy. We could have done 5%. And hypothetically, Mario, if we did 5%, you could still have all these targets. You could still go through the same process. It's not necessarily about, dumping a large percentage of your portfolio. It's about taking a little bit of profit, because what we know for sure is that every 4 years, we saw it in 2013, we saw it in 2017, we saw it in 2021, and we're probably going to see it here in 2025. We get an opportunity to make a lot of money, and people overestimate how long it's going to be there. What we've seen is it only lasts about 12 weeks, Mario. So if we see a $240 AVAX, the number one thing we're going to be reading on Twitter and seeing on CNBC is $500 AVAX. Get ready, retail investors. $500 is coming. CNBC is never going to turn you. You're never going to turn on CNBC and they're going to be telling retail investors, hey, it's time to, take some profit and put it on the sidelines. Do what's best for your family. That's not going to happen on the mainstream media, guys. But I just wanted to point that out. Doesn't need to be a large percentage. Can be a very small percentage of your portfolio. And you can still separate yourself from 80% of the people in this market who have no plan whatsoever. Mario, back to you.
Yeah, absolutely, Abs. And just like that, we've created an exit strategy for one of our coins. So again, like I said, this is the part where then once you're getting close to your targets, the way that Merlin works is you're not going to get a notification only when it's at the target. We have something in place which is called pre-alerts, and we actually notify you ahead of time. We let you know, we send you a notification when you're 15% away, 10% away, 5% away, and then that last notification comes in when you're at the target. The other thing as well is that you will be getting notifications until you come here and you actually mark one of these as sold. So let's say that we just reached $45, but we didn't go in and sold our 360 tokens. So if the price comes down and then it goes back up, you will continue to receive those notifications until you actually come here and you say, all right, I actually executed the sell, so I'm good. You come here and you can mark it as sold. So then Merlin will no longer bother you with this particular exit target. You're now on to the next one, which is going to be at $85. So you'll begin getting those targets when it gets to that one. And then you just have to come here and mark this one as sold. I know that the team is working on potentially in the future adding the capability of doing all this automatic, but I don't want to let the cat out of the bag because we're against animal cruelty. So we're not going to do that. Even put a cat in the bag, but that's just how easy it is, Abs. The notifications are amazing. Again, for me, the biggest thing was the accountability. I used to use a spreadsheet. It was great in 2021. But I think that Merlin is going to be even greater in 2025 because again, I don't have to actively check my spreadsheet. I didn't get notifications of when to sell through my spreadsheet. It was a pain to even get it to track the market. I always had to put in values manually, and I ended up using other trackers, which didn't give me the exit strategy. So Merlin's been the perfect combination of everything that we need to be successful in this market. And obviously, this is just a portion of it. It is a crypto tracker, so you are able to connect a bunch of your wallets and exchanges, and I'll just quickly show everybody at a glance what's available. Obviously, the most popular wallets, the most popular exchanges. We are US centric at the moment. Not to say that if you're outside of the US, you can't sign up, but our platform right now is only in US dollars. So what we've done was we focused on the exchanges, primarily the exchanges that are most popular in America, and we are working to expand to other countries as well as over time. But as you can see, these are all the exchanges and all the wallets and all the blockchains that we currently support. So I like to say that up to this point, Abs, we've got pretty much what the people want. So it's here, it's available for automatic connection, and then we even give you the ability to do manual. So I know I went a little bit on a rant.
A couple of big names: Coinbase, yep. Uphold, Ledger, Kraken, Crypto.com, all these platforms that are compatible with Merlin. So pretty much any major exchange, any major hard wallet, cold wallet, we're going to be able to be compatible with. We also have the XRPL, we have Uniswap, we have the Zaman wallet. I don't want to go through all of these, but I'm sure many of our listeners are familiar. The Hashpack wallet for Hedera. And Mario, there's a lot of interesting news that came out today in regards to crypto updates, because what we're advocating for here every single day when we talk about Merlin is creating a plan before the emotions hit the market. Because once the prices start moving and the narratives are flooding the retail investors and people are excited and everyone's making money, that's exactly when they play on our emotions. If you take advantage and create a plan right now before that all occurs, then you just have to follow the direction, right? Yeah. You don't even care if there's a lot of hopium. You just care about if you hit your exit target or not, and then you execute and it's over. So it removes a lot of the anxiety, a lot of the emotion. And of course, try it out 30 days completely free, merlincrypto.com. Click on the link either below this video, or you can just head on over to merlincrypto.com and check out our product. But Mario, this is obviously a new feature we added as well. The articles tab, we give you news specific to your portfolio as well. So I'll kick it over to you to explain that, and then we'll wrap it up here.
Yeah, so the news element within our website shows you the relevant news for the crypto space, but we do have this your feed option. And the your feed option basically looks at your portfolio and looks at the coins that you have, and then only shows you news for those coins. So it just means you're not going to get news for coins that are not relevant to you or even a part of your portfolio. So I think this is a very neat way. And again, it's another step in the direction of giving you everything that you need in crypto inside of Merlin. That is our goal, is to make it kind of sort of like how Elon is doing with X, where it's going to be the everything app. We want to do that with Merlin. We want to make it where Merlin is your one-stop shop for all your crypto needs. Right now, you could do your tracking, your exit strategy. We've got the markets page. We've got the news page, and very soon there's going to be even more stuff, very exciting stuff coming that I know the team's already working on. But yeah, guys, just another last reminder, this is a live Q&A. So if there's any questions that anybody has, feel free to put them in the chat and we will address them. Merlin is the smartest way to track your crypto. And as Abs has been saying throughout the episode, merlincrypto.com is the link. 30 days, absolutely free. And yeah, Abs, where do you want to take it from here?
Well, I just want to give a big thank you to everybody. Also, if you haven't taken advantage of Merlin, one of the simple things you can do for free is take a piece of paper and write your plan down, right? If you have $10,000, you want to make 100 grand, figure out what it's going to take to get there. Will you have to 2x your portfolio? Will you have to 10x your portfolio? That is going to help you to set exit targets for yourself, because somebody might be waiting for a $10 XRP and somebody might be more than excited to take profit at $4. So it really depends on the individual investor. So Mario, that's pretty much all I got. Quick reminder, guys, if you want to set yourself apart, create an exit plan today. 80% of retail investors do not have a plan on when they're selling these assets. So just creating a plan for yourself already sets you apart from the average investor. And that's what we talk about here on a daily basis. So Mario, I'm going to kick it back to you, and then we can wrap it up if there's no questions.
Yes, Abs. Today's been a great episode. And thanks to everybody that tuned in. Obviously, we had a couple of questions, so it was good in interacting with the people that asked the questions. And it looks like today we have a typical pump and dump in this market. We pumped on the news, and now we're even lower than we were before the news came out. So we'll see what happens. But regardless, we are optimists on the crypto market. We know that over the long term, it's going to go anything but up. It's just at the beginning stages of even
anything
adoption.
But up.
Anything but up, right? I believe that's what I said. Was it not?
No, you want the inverse.
It's going to go, oh, okay, yeah. It's, yes. It's going to do anything but go down. Correct. So, having an exit strategy, even for the long term, is extremely important. And so with that said, Abs, I don't have anything else. It's been great hanging out.
A quick comment, guys, because we're going to hit that 30-minute mark. Then we're going to wrap it up. There's about 2 minutes left in today's show. What I would say is today's a great example of just, nobody has a crystal ball. And we were anticipating a bunch of negative news. Some people were saying this is going to be like a massive stock market crash, the biggest crash ever. You had other people who were saying positive things, optimism about some of these tariff announcements. What did we see? More of the same. Buy the rumor, sell the news, classic event like we've seen in the past. And we're just applying this to the macro economy instead of just smaller crypto projects. So what you can do, guys, create a long-term plan. Don't be swayed by all these short-term sentiment, all these short-term narratives. And again, the breaking news that we got out of President Trump, 10% tariffs on all imports and 25% tariff on automobiles effective at midnight. So this is big, right? And there's been a lot of speculation about this, but overall, I would say it's just another day in the crypto market. It's only a matter of time before we wake up. Prices are trending up. We're talking about stable coins. We're talking about ETFs. We're talking about crypto regulation. And we can put this whole tariff thing to the side. But for now, I just want to give a huge thank you to everybody who watches. If you enjoyed this show, smash that like button, leave a comment in chat, leave a positive comment, leave a number, whatever. Just throw some engagement in there. And Mario, I'm going to give you a chance to comment. We'll close it out for today.
Yes, Abs, thank you very much. Again, merlincrypto.com is the place where you can get started. First 30 days are absolutely free. One of the things as well that I haven't mentioned throughout the episode, I am the head of customer support. And one of the things that we pride ourselves over at Merlin is our customer support and our customer support team. So if you sign up for your trial, you get instant access to our customer support team. Proactively reach out if you need help. We'll even jump on a call, on a screen sharing call, and help you get all set up. We'll show you all the features. So I think that that's a really good benefit of signing up for Merlin, and it's something massive. And obviously me being a part of the customer support team, I'm very proud of what we do here at Merlin from that perspective. But with that said, yes, I don't have anything else to add. It's been great. I hope everybody has a rest of a good day, and we will be back here in a few weeks. Right, Abs?
Thank you very much, everybody. Big thank you to Mario, guys. These are always fun. short form content. But remember, the reason we do this, check out Merlin, 30 days completely free. Head on over to merlincrypto.com. You can get a completely free trial, first 30 days. And what I mean by that is, yeah, you put your information in. If you cancel on day 29, you will not be charged. Remember, you can get this thing 30 days completely free. I just want to hammer that home. That is merlincrypto.com, merlincrypto.com. So I want to give a big thanks to Mario. Shout out to everybody. Go out, touch some grass, hug some family, have a great day. It's a Wednesday. Pretty soon it'll be Friday, my friends. So shout out to all of you. We love and appreciate you, and we'll see you in the next one. Thank you, Mario.
See you in the next one, Abs. Thank you.